6'2" is the average height of artists, these performers, and I hate it. See, Jay-Z he's a nice size, right? Right. Part of his appeal is his size too.
Yes, his height.
And Jay-Z's got like big.
Jay-Z's like 6'1", 6'2". He's tall and he's nowhere near my dad's height. Tall guys are sexy.
Did you fuck Jay-Z?
Oh my God!
I heard he's hung like a horse blue. Are you hating on Beyonce? Did she really have him locked down?
I think so. I think they're in love. I have a big crush on him now. I'll tell you that much.
Did you fuck him?
Still have a crush on him now. No, I didn't. I really like him though. And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him though.
You're in New York.
Yeah, okay.
Ran into him and everything was right. Did you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way. Just for the record, I have a major crush on Jay-Z.
What about the rumors about when you guys were in Europe together?
Europe? That wasn't me. That wasn't
Beyonce? I'm confused.
Have you ever noticed how some artists suddenly disappear? One day, they are on every stage, magazine cover, and radio station. The next, they vanish completely, leaving fans puzzled. Blu Cantrell, the early 2000s R&B sensation, is one of those names. Her songs Hit 'Em Up Style and Oops were huge, and she had Grammy nominations, press coverage, and all the momentum needed to become a household name. But then, almost overnight, she seemed to vanish. And many fans began to wonder, was it really her choice to step away? Or was something else happening behind the scenes? Blu's story is filled with rumors, unexplained pauses in her career, and whispers of drama involving some of the biggest names in music. Some fans speculate that her sudden disappearance had connections to Jay-Z and Beyoncé, and that her silence might not have been entirely voluntary.
The same person that robbed me for like $500 for a session ended up being in the studio while I was there with the president of the label.
Blu Cantrell. You were singing fool. And you made a choice to work with someone, and you probably didn't realize how nefarious he was when you got involved with him. I didn't.
Before the speculation, Blu Cantrell, born Tiffany Cobb, was a hard-working artist. She didn't just appear out of nowhere. She spent years as a background singer for top performers, including Diddy, gaining experience, connections, and respect in the industry long before the public knew her name. Then, in 2001, her debut album So Blue arrived, and with it, the lead single Hit 'Em Up Style. The song was everywhere: radio, music television, and club rotations, and it quickly rose to #2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its mix of catchy melody and sassy, revenge-driven lyrics struck a chord with audiences. Blu wasn't just a fleeting star. She had the look, the voice, and the support of her label, Arista. She appeared on magazine covers, walked red carpets, and went gold fast. More singles, Grammy nods, and international buzz followed.
Blu Cantrell, but yeah, no, he was dating Blue, but he had another woman that was pregnant that was about to come out with her pregnancy around the same time.
Was she from the islands?
Something like that. And that's where he met Rihanna. Robin Fenty is in Barbados. So I know he spends a lot of time out there. And what I do know, and I don't even have to say allegedly, is that he has a trap house in Dallas, Texas, that him and Diddy are funding, and they have minors, male and female, working in there. And I'll say it into the camera, and it's not allegedly. Y'all need to go see about Dallas, and they got Yellow Beezy running it. That's on me, baby.
Oh,
they got minor women and boys. Or I would say women, teenage girls and boys, and they're having sex with the girl.
The industry seemed to be positioning her alongside top R&B stars of the era. But then, almost suddenly, the momentum stopped. Radio airplay dropped, promotion dried up. Her label became quiet, offering no explanation. One day, she was everywhere, and the next, she was nearly invisible. Rumors began to circulate quietly at first. Some people suggested that Blu had some kind of personal connection with Jay-Z, and it wasn't just a casual acquaintance. Industry insiders claimed they had been seen together at private events, vacations, and parties. Blurry photos fueled speculation, and whispers suggested the energy between them was more than professional. The speculation gained public attention during a Wendy Williams interview. Wendy asked Blu directly if she had ever kissed Jay-Z. Blu froze, laughed nervously, and said, "I can't answer that." That moment spoke volumes. If the answer had been no, she likely would have said so.
First Blu. Not they daughter Blu Cantrell. It was time to talk. Jay-Z worked very hard to erase you and me. Just like he did Elle. Just like he did his relationship with R. Kelly. Just like he did his relationship with Aaliyah.
At the time, Jay-Z was already connected to Beyoncé, who was emerging as a major solo artist. The rumor mills spun quickly, with fans imagining a possible love triangle and speculating on the impact it might have had on careers. The alleged drama didn't stop there. Blu began claiming that Beyoncé copied her style, sound, and visuals. Fans dug into the comparisons, noticing similarities between Blu's Roundup video with its dark settings, guns, and outlaw imagery, and Beyoncé and Jay-Z's '03 Bonnie and Clyde. There were also comparisons in musical collaborations. Blu's song Breathe, featuring Sean Paul, had Caribbean influences and achieved success overseas. Not long after, Beyoncé released Baby Boy with Sean Paul, which some claimed had similar chemistry and style. Fans also point to industry favoritism and potential behind-the-scenes influence. Blu supporters believe that Jay-Z's prominence could have affected her career trajectory. Suddenly, the promotion for her second album vanished. The label stopped funding marketing campaigns, tour opportunities disappeared, and offers that once seemed guaranteed no longer materialized. The machinery that had pushed her to stardom now seemed to vanish overnight. For observers, it felt less like bad luck and more like deliberate interference. Blu Cantrell's disappearance wasn't accompanied by a public scandal, dramatic fallout, or tell-all story. Her Arista contract quietly expired, and without explanation, she was gone from the spotlight. Industry insiders rarely mentioned her absence. To fans, it looked like someone had erased her. In 2013, Blu attempted a comeback. She released a single called SOS, Tell Me Where You At, a smooth pop track meant to reintroduce her to audiences. However, promotion was minimal. Radio stations barely played the track, and no album followed. The comeback effort fizzled quietly. Then came a dramatic and widely publicized incident in 2014. Blu was reportedly found barefoot in Santa Monica, claiming she was being poisoned and chased. She was hospitalized for a mental health evaluation. Media outlets quickly labeled her as unstable. The same woman who once ruled the airwaves was now reduced to a sensational headline. Some fans and observers question whether this event was a simple mental health crisis or something more complex. Could it have been a desperate call for attention, an attempt to be heard before being erased again? Others began connecting dots, looking at timing, industry patterns, and subsequent events. One theory revolves around Beyoncé's daughter, Blue Ivy, born in 2012, just a few years after Blu Cantrell's disappearance. Fans note the similarity in names and speculate about potential connections. Online, discussions range from innocent coincidence to elaborate theories suggesting that Blu Cantrell's career and personal life were affected in ways that aligned with the rise of Beyoncé and Jay-Z's family. Some supporters of these theories point to additional industry patterns. Jaguar Wright, another R&B artist who faced similar career roadblocks, publicly suggested that certain powerful figures in the music world had the ability to silence and sideline artists. According to these claims, women who challenged or competed with these forces often faced intense pressure, resulting in stalled careers or public narratives framing them as unstable or difficult. These fans argue that Blu's silence may have been less voluntary and more the result of external influence. They wonder if she was pressured to give up personal ladders, perhaps even a pregnancy, and whether her public struggles were framed to hide the truth. The theory draws parallels with other high-profile cases where the music and entertainment industries have been accused of controlling narratives to maintain power and protect reputations. The story of Blu Cantrell, whether true in every detail or not, fits a recurring pattern. Talented women ascending quickly, facing mysterious setbacks, and ultimately disappearing while the industry continues to operate as usual. Many argue that those who are erased quietly often hold truths that are inconvenient for the powers controlling the spotlight. It's also notable that Blu has never confirmed or denied any of the speculation. She has remained silent in interviews and online, which some fans interpret as a signal of truth left unspoken. In a world where most public figures rush to deny rumors, silence itself can be powerful. Fans continue to revisit her career, attempting to piece together the timeline. Blu rose quickly in the early 2000s, had hits and Grammy nods, and was building momentum. By the mid-2000s, she had vanished. Shortly after, Beyoncé announced her pregnancy, and Blue Ivy was born. The timing and similarity in names continued to fuel discussion online. The possible implications are enormous. If any part of these theories were true, they would suggest that powerful figures in the music industry could shape careers, manipulate personal narratives, and control the public storylines of other artists. Blu Cantrell, far from being a forgotten performer, becomes central to a larger narrative about fame, power, and the forces that shape the music world. Whether you believe the fan theories or view them as speculation, one thing is clear: Blu Cantrell's story resonates with many. It raises questions about control, influence, and the pressures of the music industry, and it reminds audiences that sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones not told openly. Her journey, from rising star to mysterious disappearance, from public acclaim to headlines about personal struggles, continues to captivate fans, and the silence surrounding her only adds to the intrigue. Perhaps the truth is never fully revealed, but it lingers in the questions, the timelines, and the connections fans continue to examine. Blu Cantrell's story encourages reflection on the music industry, the treatment of female artists, and how fame can be as fragile as it is dazzling. Whether her career ended because of competition, personal choices, or external pressures, her absence left a gap that fans still notice and discuss. Ultimately, the mystery surrounding her career and personal life has become part of her legacy. Fans continue to speculate, analyze, and debate, keeping her story alive in ways that no chart position or Grammy could. Her voice, her music, and her sudden exit from the spotlight remain points of fascination and conversation. Blu Cantrell's tale, whether interpreted as rumor, cautionary tale, or hidden truth, reminds us that the world of entertainment is complex. It is filled with talent, ambition, unseen conflicts, and stories that may never be fully told. So, what do you think? Was Blu Cantrell simply another artist whose career faded, or was she caught in something much bigger? Did her silence, disappearance, and struggles hint at forces beyond her control? Whatever the answer, her story continues to spark curiosity, discussion, and a search for answers that may never come. In the end, Blu Cantrell is more than her hits. She represents a chapter in music history that fans cannot forget. The questions about her career, her sudden absence, and the timing of events remain a topic of fascination. And maybe that's the real power she still holds. Even in silence, she keeps people talking, wondering, and listening. Her music lives on, her story lives on, and the mystery surrounding her career continues to inspire debate. Blu Cantrell may not dominate the charts today, but her voice, her rise, and her unexplained disappearance remain etched in pop culture memory. For many, her narrative serves as a reminder. The industry is glamorous on the surface, but beneath the lights and fame, there are untold stories of ambition, rivalry, and obstacles that can change lives in an instant. Fans continue to discuss, theorize, and revisit her work. The name Blu Cantrell evokes nostalgia, intrigue, and questions that linger. Whether as a lesson, a warning, or simply a fascinating mystery, her journey reminds us how quickly fame can shine and how suddenly it can fade or be taken away. Even years later, her story encourages reflection about the power dynamics in music, the treatment of women in the spotlight, and how history is written by those in control. Blu Cantrell's legacy, complicated as it is, remains alive in discussion, memory, and music lovers' hearts. And that is why, despite her absence, her story continues. The rise, the hits, the disappearances, and the lingering questions all form a tale that is both cautionary and compelling. It is a reminder that fame can be fleeting, control can be invisible, and the truth is often left between the lines. Blu Cantrell may have disappeared from the charts, but in the conversations, analyses, and speculation of fans everywhere, she remains unforgettable. Blu Cantrell's story remains a mystery, full of questions, rumors, and intrigue. What do you think happened? Share your thoughts, like, comment, and subscribe for more untold music stories.